Okay, so it seems that recently there's been a pretty big announcement to do with Zentreya. Now, first of all, I think this is a pretty crazy one because, again, nobody was expecting this, especially after all of the kind of, VShojo stuff that has happened with Zen. Now, I would like to say, yes, I do have a wheel down here. I've been playing Forza, and this news came out while I was playing Forza, so it's going to be here for the whole video. But essentially, Zentreya recently announced, or I say Zentreya recently announced, Socks Agency announced that they'll be welcoming Zentreya. Now, this is obviously, if you don't know, we have covered Socks Agency a few times. They're, they seem to be a cool little agency or whatever, and they are run by Flork, obviously a very popular creator as well. Now, again, they did actually put a message out, which we will read in a second. But obviously, yeah, Socks Agency, we've covered them a couple of times. There was the whole situation with Chacha Chilla, if you remember that. Essentially, the original situation was she was calling out a Socks Agency member for like saying something about disabled people, I think it was, which obviously wasn't true. By the way, it wasn't true. It was made up. And obviously Flork came to their defense and all of this kind of stuff, which I think is actually really, really good to see, because you don't see that often from like CEOs of these companies, right? Defending their talent like personally, which obviously, at least gave me a lot of hope to within the company, right, and all of this kind of stuff. And yeah, it seems like they do have Zentreya now. Now, if you don't know the background of Zentreya, I'm sure you guys probably do, because she is one of the biggest VTubers, English-speaking VTubers at the moment. But essentially, she was a part of VShojo. Obviously, left a couple of weeks before the whole VShojo stuff happened. But obviously, she left due to a lot of circumstances because of that VShojo stuff. It's the same kind of thing. It's just she got out a little bit earlier. And yeah, it seems like now she's joining Socks Agency, which obviously have a couple of members themselves. They've got Ad3, who's the one that was involved in that Minecraft thing with Chacha Chilla that she was being accused of. She didn't do anything wrong. She's all good. But yeah, obviously all of these other people as well. We covered Yomi, I think, once for them I think someone stole her merch or something, or like a fan mail. That was it. So again, that was crazy. And yeah, obviously all of these people are very cool too. So again, that is the kind of extent of the people within Socks Agency. So it's not a very, very big agency, but obviously it seems like they have some big plans as they got Zentreya involved in it. Now, it seems like as well, Flork has put out a little post talking to a lot of fans, because obviously there is going to be a little bit of like apprehension, right? People were going to be a little bit worried because Zen has been mistreated by a company before, being VShojo, and a lot of people don't want a repeat of that, right? And not to say that obviously Socks Agency is like VShojo in any way, shape, or form, but you can understand why people would be slightly concerned and maybe not the most I guess, what would you call it, receptive to her joining an agency, because she is, I would say, the first one. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I mean, unless you count like the Beasties, but they're more of a group. So she's like the first one to really join another agency really since this whole stuff. Everyone else has kind of, gone indie. But it is interesting because I kind of expected her to stay indie, but I guess not, right? Obviously, there seems to be some stuff going forwards. And obviously, Flork says, to all the geckos, this is more so of a post as CEO of SVA, and I want to put it here on this page. And then we go on to say, I definitely want you to ensure you that Zen will be taken care of. And we began talks about 6 months ago, shy of a few days, and it was a long process. So again, this has been in the works for quite a while. They say all parts of the process, from Zen getting to know talents to staff to all legal involved in the process, were done to the most extent and care. Zen's team is fantastic and nothing was overlooked. We hope you enjoy SVA's talents as well as all the things we will be doing together. We hope to see you around. And obviously, he puts a little bit of a, kind of cool comic here saying, you guys can't stay in the office. There's no room for you. So they're not allowed to move out. So yeah, obviously, they say they're saying we have a shed from a home depot, some water feeders and a Steam Deck set up for her. So don't worry. So yeah, obviously, some people reply and saying, I had no doubts. This is so exciting. Our communities hurt with us and heal with us. So I think it's so sweet of you to reassure her geckos that she is going to be okay this time. So what do you mean we'll be taken care of? I said, we'll lock her in the shed, which obviously we all know what they mean. There has been a long history of some not so great stuff that has happened, not just to Zen, but also to a lot of the other VShojo members. And I'm sure a lot of them will be happy to hear this announcement too. I don't think any of them have really commented on this, but again, hopefully, a lot of people will be happy because I'm be real, I definitely didn't see that coming. And yeah, I don't think anybody really saw it coming, to be honest, because as I said, a lot of people wouldn't be surprised if she didn't want to join an agency ever again, right? That would be the kind of general consensus. People would be like, okay, yeah, fair enough. You've had a pretty bad experience with one, that's fine. But yeah, obviously you're willing to give another one a go, and it seems like, of course, it seems like they're looking to build with this kind of roster, right? A lot of people saying, congrats, congrats, and again, I think this is, it can be positive. Again, I don't know what exactly they have discussed in terms of, how this will help Zen out and what exactly they're going to do for her, what she's going to do for them, all of this kind of stuff, but I'm sure that was all sorted out, of course, as Flork has been saying. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just one of those things. You have to wait and see what kind of happens with that. And it's going to be interesting to see if any of the other VShojo members do join any agencies, because we are starting to reach that point where, as they say, like all of these talks that have been happening for like months and stuff are finally going to come to fruition, and it's finally going to have something happen. So again, there could be some more announcements, not necessarily with SVA, it could be with anybody else, right? Which again, I wouldn't be surprised on hearing from other VShojo kind of members and stuff like that. But of course, as I said, it's just one of the things we have to wait and see. But either way, sometimes it might even just be nobody else kind of joins one, because again, I don't really blame them. And also, there could be the potential for VTubers to join more talent agencies instead, right? Some of the VShojo members join a talent agency, for example, like Mythic. But of course, obviously, there's been some issues with Mythic, so I think some people are kind of apprehensive to join them. But there's plenty out there, right? And I've always said, like, for example, like Iron Mouse, I don't know if that she has. I don't think she has. But I've always said, like, maybe she could end up joining, what's it called? What's it? Geeks Plus, right? Which obviously is what like Sea-Dog and people are part of, and they do have a lot of VTubers now as well. I think they just got on Siren, and they also have some others as well, like Onigiri, people like that. So again, maybe that could be a potential thing for the future. But again, as I said, it would make sense considering the people that she hangs out with. But of course, I can understand as well, maybe she's apprehensive to join anything just so soon, right? But it seems like, yeah, obviously Zen is ready and will be joining Socks Agency. And as I said, Flork has reassured everybody that it will be okay, right? And I think that is the main thing that people want to hear, right? Things are going to be good. Now, of course, we were told that with VShojo, but, from the way that I've seen Flork handle things, as I said, with the Cha-Cha Chiller situation, he handled things absolutely great there, right? Handled things perfectly. And again, that was great to see. So hopefully that will be the case as well, with Zentreya and, that kind of, what do you call it? I guess, what would you call it? Like leadership or whatever, will continue on with Zen as well, because yeah, obviously everybody wants a CEO that gets involved, that can actually fight for their talents and things, because again, sometimes you have agencies and stuff that don't really do that, right? That just kind of back away and just do whatever and maybe let other people handle it. But yeah, obviously it seems like they're very hands-on, so yeah, great, right? But yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. So yeah.